All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Say good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're listening to from. It's a great privilege to always come around this Sunday evenings to share this knowledge and to impact one another. And I believe that those of you that have been following us on this channel would have, at a point in time, gained something that you are actually using. Because one, we're looking at the vision is to see how to impact and make this life real for every one of us. That everything that you hear, yeah, how can you practicalize them? How can you begin to experience the word in your life? Once again, your friend and partner here, Olushola Kupola, chartered accountant, investment advisor, and also a life coach. This program is not meant to sell anything to you, but to have that discourse with you and show you some things, some principles that have been working for me and for a lot of people that I also know about. So tonight, we're going to be talking about putting your imaginative power to work. Putting your imaginative power to work. You know, when you talk about putting your imaginative power to work, what is, you want to first of all start with what is your imagination. But before all these, like I always tell people, in everything we want to just give thanks before it's you that is alive that is going to be using your imagination. Thank God for all that has helped us to achieve, even in this period. For those of you that have been watching this thing, maybe 10 years time, we're actually in a period we call the COVID-19 period, where there are a lot of challenges going on. People are losing their jobs. A lot of people are saying, how can they survive? How will they survive? As I know presently, quite a number of people have lost their jobs. Quite a lot of people are in the hospital now. Quite a lot of people don't know where the next meal is going to come from. And people are just wondering, how am I going to survive? I have 4 kids, I have 5 kids, I have a family to support. How am I going to survive? How am I going to manage? How am I going to survive? And this Wow, I think that was just a break, an internet break. Well, we just keep on thanking God. Even for good or bad internet services, we give glory to God. We have something to use. All right. So, here, talking about this, let's just quickly go on. I always love to share the screen so that those, at times pictures speak 1,000 times better than words. Let me share my screen with you. Let's see quickly. All right. Okay. Uh, I believe everyone can see. Putting your imaginative power to work. And just like as I always say, I said, what matters most is how you see yourself. How do you see yourself? A cat looking at the mirror sees himself as a lion. What do you see yourself as? Now, in this period where you have a lot of challenges and people looking at how am I going to move on things, this is the period you need to put your imaginative power to work. But even before you start putting, your imagination can help you positively and it can help you negatively. And that's why whatsoever we want to talk about on this platform, we want to base it around success. How do you make your imaginative power to bring you success? And for you to do that, you want to have a proper definition of the word success. And we say success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Success is the progressive realization. That means something that you are progressively working at. Something, if you are not working at something, if you are not targeting something, then you are just bound to fail. You are going to be working other people's dream. But if you begin to look at what area is it my maritals I want to be working towards? Is it my financials I want to be working towards? What is it that you are committed to working towards to make sure you become successful at? Is it your career? Is it your business? Whatsoever. It says success is the progressive. It is not sudden. Success is suddenly became successful. No, nobody becomes successful suddenly. It's a progressive realization of a worthy ideal. So I put it to you first. What is it that you are progressively working at? Is it your relationship in your marriage? How are you enjoying your marriage? Are you what are you doing to begin to experience what you desire there? Ladies and gentlemen, is it in your finances? Are you really getting what you really want in your finances? What is that area that you are progressively working towards? Now, talking about your imagine, because one, you can, if you don't imagine the success, you can't achieve the success. So, but there's something that I always say, and you must, in fact, you must come to terms with it. It does not matter what your religious belief is. It does not matter what you think. It is just the fact that the spiritual controls the physical. The spiritual controls the physical. You must have heard it very many times. But the thing is, have you been able to play it in your heart? How does the spiritual, they said the things that are not seen are more than the things that are seen. In your house right now, you know that there's a lot of noise going on around you, but you can't hear it because you are not tuned to that frequency. That you are not tuned to the frequency does not mean it's not existing. So if you are not experiencing success, maybe you are yet to tune to the frequency of success. If you are always having failure, if things are failing in your hands, maybe you are yet to tune to that frequency where success is. So you must look at the spiritual aspect. And one of the things that control the spiritual aspect is that Almighty. Now, we're talking about because even when you are talking about the Almighty, you still have to make your imagination come to play. You've never seen God anywhere. Nobody has seen God anywhere. But you try to imagine your heart, what God. At times, as children, we try to say, "Oh, you imagine God sitting down on a throne somewhere in heaven and things." And you say, imagination is the ability to form a mental image of something that is not perceived through the five senses. Your five senses cannot get it. It's not something that you just want to jump at. Imagine your imagination. It's something that it comes. You don't even know it. When you tell people, they tell you that it is not real. It's not possible. It is a kind of hidden force of human potential. It is a hidden force of human potential. There's a kind of potential that is in you that you too, at times it comes out and you begin to wonder, I didn't even know that it's me. I didn't believe that I can do it. There's a kind of hidden, they say in every man, there's a seed of greatness deposited inside of him. Now, if you want to walk with your own normal senses, if you want to walk with your normal senses, you will be limiting yourself. Men are limited because they try to walk with what they understand. You walk, I know, because I don't understand it, I'm not going to dabble into it. Because I don't understand it, I don't think I'm going to do it. That is what is limiting you today. Are you getting me? One thing that is limiting you today, one thing that is limiting your potential today is because you want to work with the things that you understand only. But if you want to be successful, you have to work with your imagination. And when it comes to the place of your imagination, most of them you don't understand. And that's why this becomes imperative. He said you have to go beyond, your imagination goes beyond your understanding. And he said, trust in the Lord. Trust in the Lord, trust in the Almighty. I don't know what you believe in, but trust in that Almighty power with all your heart. And lean not on your own understanding. You can see where the problem is. You can see why the marriage has not been working. You can see why the finances has not been going on well, because you have always leaned on your own understanding. This is the way I understand it. This is the way I know husband and wife should be. This is the way I know that I should control my finance. This is the way I know. You've always leaned on what you understand. You've always depended. Oh, don't you know I'm a graduate? I'm a philosopher. This is the person that trained me. This. Do you know how many years I spent in so college? You lean on your own understanding. The more you lean on your own understanding, the more limited you will be. You can't go beyond your own understanding. What is your own understanding? So if you really want to break through, if you really want to break forth, if you really want the power of your imagination to go to work, then you won't lean on what you understand. He said, in all your ways, submit to the Almighty, the infinite intelligence. We call him the infinite intelligence. That intelligence is bigger than you. He puts that intelligence in you. I'm sitting down on a chair now. How did somebody think about creating a chair? I'm putting on a jacket now. How did somebody think of doing this jacket that becomes attractive for me to get it? The person that he's never seen somebody want it before, but he decided to create it. He said, when you do this, he said, he will make your path straight. He will direct your path. He will direct your imagination. So here, last time I was talking about the power that is in that imagination. Because if the Almighty is not giving your imagination a direction, you can be misguided. Here it talks about some people. He said, those people, they gathered together, the children of Israel then, they gathered themselves together. They said they were going to build a tower. They call it the Tower of Babel. And they said they were going to build this tower to touch heavens. You can imagine. Look at, I don't know if you've been, those people that have been opportunity to travel outside the country, you'll see some skyscrapers, 20, 30 stories high there. And you're looking down. Now, these people are saying they are building it beyond all these things that we are talking about. And do you know what? He said God looked down from heaven. And when he looked down, he called the angels and said, come and see. He said, and the Lord said, behold, the people is one, and they have all one language. Now, for you to begin to use your imagination, your mindset must not be scattered. You must not have diverted. You must not be diverted. You want to have the power of focus. Focus. What is that area you want to develop? You must be of one mind. What is that area you desire in your marriage? You must be of one mind. It's not what of if, no. And the word there that I love most, he said, and this they begin to do. this they begin to do. If you have imagination, at times when I hear this word imagination, they say if you can think it, you can bring it about. It is true. If you can think it, you can bring it about, but you need to put action. He said, and this they begin to do. Now, that thing that you have imagined, what are you doing? You want to become a millionaire. You've imagined yourself being a millionaire. You've imagined yourself traveling and having vacation with your children outside the country. You've imagined yourself, your family, happy family. You've imagined yourself with a successful business. Everything that you've imagined, what have you begun to do? What are you doing? Most of us leave it. It is true that as a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. But what have you begun to do? A vision without action is only television. Vision without action is equal to television. You can have the vision in your heart. You can paint the picture in your heart. If these people imagined it, but they do not do it, the story said, and this they began to do. What is that thing that you have imagined? You've imagined yourself as a professional actor. You've imagined yourself as a professional singer, as a musician. You've imagined yourself as a great husband. You've imagined yourself as a great wife. You've imagined yourself as whatsoever. What have you begun to do in order to bring that imagination to work? And he said, and nothing will be restrained from them which they have imagined. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, that thing that you imagined is possible. I remember growing up, there's this film that I know is still popular now. They call it Star Wars. We watch Star Wars a lot. And in Star Wars, there is this, these blazing swords, cars that are kind of flying, and a lot of things that we were watching then that you think, is it ever going to come to pass? But do you know today there are people that have started making cars that can fly? It's already, because it has been in the heart of man. What is that thing that you have imagined? You can bring it to pass. Before now, they said you can look at something, you can create anything. You can create something. And people say, oh, no, it's not possible. You do know that I can reproduce this phone? I can reproduce. They say, no, it's not possible. No, it has to be the thing. Do you know that today we have something we call 3D printer? A 3D printer. If I decide that I want to print out this device, I just need to put the design in the computer and put the printer, and the printer will begin to print it out. It will print out this device. Before now, if they told you, you only believe that printing can only be done on paper. But today, somebody can print. They can print out a cup. I can print out. I can decide that I need this bag. I can print out a bag. Print out a bag. Can you? There are some of this is the first time you are hearing. You say, "Why is that possible? It's not possible." I say, it is possible now, because man has imagined it. Whatsoever you can imagine, you can bring about. So what do you need to do to begin to bring your imagination to reality? What are those things? Ladies and gentlemen, we are in a period where we need to be successful. We need to bring out our imagination more now than ever before. If you don't want your family to suffer, if you don't want to remain in the slavery mentality, you have to begin to use this imaginative power. Think out yourself outside that environment. That environment you are living in, you are not okay with it. That compound you are staying in, you are not satisfied with it. That job you are doing, you don't like it. Will you start thinking and bringing your imaginative power to work to think yourself out of that area? Now, the first thing that you need to do, picture or visualize what you really desire by using your inner eyes or the eyes of your mind to see it. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you really want? The challenge with many of us is that we don't know what we really want. What do you really want? What do you? It's not because, oh, this person has a family, or that I like the way this family is doing, I like the way this man is doing, I like this job. No, no, you. Have you asked yourself, what do I really want in respect to my health? Are you lying down on the sick bed now? What do you really want? Are you unable to pay your bills? You are thinking of wealth. What do you really want? Do you feel unloved? What do you really want? What do you really want? That's a question you should ask yourself. Not what people expect of you, not what society expects of you, not what your husband or your wife expect of you, not what people demand of you. What do you really want? Many a times we don't get these things because what we want is what the society demands of us. So when you say all these things don't work, Joe, because you are saying I want to buy a Bugatti, I want to buy a limousine, it's not because you really want it, but because somebody else has it and you too, you want to have it. And then you now say, I've imagined it, but the thing is not working. It's not going to work because that is not what you really want. Concerning your health, what do you really want? So you must be able to put it there. So when these people were able to say, we want to build a house that will touch heaven. The last time that this thing happened, they knew what they wanted. They knew the last time, look at God, the last time he poured water on the surface of the earth, that everywhere became flooded. Only Noah and his children became saved. Next time, if God does this thing again, in fact, none of us will die. We must build a house that will touch heaven. Let us see how the water will now touch heaven. And they began to build the house. They knew what they wanted. What do you really want? The next thing is, after you've defined what you really want, now you have to create a plan around it. You want to be happy? You want to be happy in your home? You want to have a successful business? You want to be a millionaire? You want to be successful? Begin to look at that area that you desire success. Can you start building something around it? Can you start making plans? Come, listen to me. It does not matter the current situation. I know now you are a cleaner in the office. I know now you don't even have a bank account. That is the current situation. But look at first. Remember, the people that become successful, those things never existed before. He said, calling the things that are not as though they are. These things don't exist, but you begin to see it as they exist. Let me tell you, it's not, we say it, but it is not easy. Let me put it to say, it is not easy for me to sit down. I'm sitting down in a house now. I don't have anything. Nothing is working for me. And you are telling me I should be seeing myself as a millionaire. It's kind of difficult to imagine. But then that is the difference between the successful people and the unsuccessful people. The successful people are able to put the imagination, not minding what is the current situation. Once you have put that, you begin to fill in the gap. You begin to fill in the gap. Just begin to do something. Just begin to do something. It's not possible for you to be working 8 to 5 job and you are praying that one day you'll be a millionaire without taking necessary steps. What additional thing are you doing? What additional thing are you doing? In addition to what you are, every time you go to the mountain, Lord, make me a millionaire. Lord, I want to be successful. Lord, God is not, you can't deceive God. What are you doing? He said, I will bless the works of your hand. You have only one work in your hand. God is blessing it for you. That's why they can pay your salary. What additional thing are you doing? Are you thinking outside the box? Create a plan around it. The next thing, believe with all certainty that you will achieve your heart desire. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the things that has denied men their dream is unbelief. Unbelief. You don't believe you can do it. You don't believe that somebody of your status can gain that height. You don't believe that this thing can work for you. You have so much been compounded with negativity that even things that you could ordinarily do, you believe is not possible. He said, for verily I say unto you, that whosoever, ladies and gentlemen, hear this word, that whosoever shall say unto this mountain, listen to this. You know, while I was in my understanding the power of belief, before I will always think, oh, I'm a child of God, but things are not working out for me. But there are people that are not even serving God the way I'm serving God, and things are working for them until God showed me this thing. It's not whether you are a child of God or not. Let me tell you, when you know Jesus, it guarantees you eternity. But when it comes to principles of walking on earth, he said, for very, he said that whosoever, whether a pastor, an imam, a Buddhist, who say whosoever, whosoever is whosoever. I don't know what you want to interpret whosoever. I don't know what kind of drama you want to give to whosoever. Whether you're a servant or a master, no matter who you are, he said, whosoever shall say unto this mountain, shall say unto that situation, be thou removed and be cast into the sea, and shall not doubt in his heart. And shall not doubt. You see, that is the major thing. He said, you shall not doubt. If you don't, you see, it's one thing, like, you know, there are sometimes that I get health challenge, and then they say, oh, pray for yourself. Now, when you pray for yourself, you can be healed and things. And then you put your hand on your head and say, oh, Father, Lord, this headache, let this headache go in Jesus' name. I pray and things. And then you finish praying, that thing will not tell you, just like that. Are you sure that headache has gone? You say, I've prayed now, have faith, I've prayed, I've prayed. Then that thing will say, you better shake your head and make sure that the headache has gone. And then you too, you now shake your head. When you shake the head, you see the pain is small. What has happened? Doubt. Doubt has negated your faith. He said, but shall believe that all things that he said shall come to pass. Ladies and gentlemen, once you say it, believe that it will come to pass. Once you can imagine it, once you can focus on it, believe that it will come to pass. He said, and it shall be to you. You will have whatsoever you say. Don't doubt. Don't doubt. Don't doubt. The major thing that will stop you from achieving your goal in life is doubt. The major thing that will stop you from achieving your dream is doubt. The next thing, number 4, feel the emotion, the excitement of having your thoughts and your dreams come alive. You must have that feeling. You see, one of the things that you must learn to do in the field of believing and in bringing your imaginative power to, making your imaginative power work for you, is that you must have a feeling of the end. When you look at the picture of the end, how will you feel if that thing comes to be? Some will say, the day that I will get my promotion, I will dance, I will be so excited. No, that day may never come. But when you begin to feel that excitement now, when you are happy and grateful for that thing that you have prayed for, that imagination, you begin to walk it now. You begin to see yourself as being successful, calling the things that, now, please understand this one. When you say calling the things that are not as though they are, so if those things that are not, if you are calling them as if they are really existing, are you not going to be excited at that moment? If you are thinking of being a millionaire, if you are thinking of traveling and having vacation with your family, how will you feel then? You begin to have that feeling now. Create that feeling. The feeling is the real thing. It's not just about you imagining it, but you having the feeling of your wish fulfilled. The feeling of your wish fulfilled. Have you noticed something? There are sometimes that you are so excited, you are believing God for something, you are working towards something, For me, I remember the very first time when when I'm preparing for ICANN, it was like the biggest thing that could ever happen to me in life. And then every time, do you know what? Because when I watch the induction ceremony, I see the accountants walking on stage, and in my mind, I'll be saying, God, I will be seeing myself walking on the stage. I'll be seeing them giving me and this thing. And and I'm so happy about that feeling. Because I wasn't yet qualified, but I was already excited about that moment. I was excited such that when the moment actually came, because I have experienced the excitement, it is no longer as jumpy. Let's take it. Let me calm down. Maybe some of you will relate to this one. You remember a man and a woman getting married. You see, the woman and the man, before they get married, you see that a kind of excitement was they start planning the thing. They start planning. As they are planning, the woman is saying, oh, on my wedding day, this is going to be this. The man is saying this. You see what? And as they are planning and thinking about it, there's a kind of excitement. They are seeing the total picture of that day in their mind. They are so excited about the planning and everything, such that even when the day comes, they don't feel when people are even jumping out, they will tell you, Yahoo, now, jump. No, it's you people that are just excited. The Yahoo has been excited some couple of months back, because from the day you started seeing the picture of the future, the excitement has set in. So it's you people that are just seeing what is coming in that are so excited. But for the man and the woman, they've been experiencing that excitement. Now, when you see your goal, what is that goal that you want to achieve? What is that thing? You want to be a millionaire? You want to be a successful business person? Begin to have that feeling, how you will feel when that business is successful. So, ladies and gentlemen, you feel the excitement now so much that when it actually comes, and everybody's excited, you always feel normal, because that's why we say success. Success is a moving target, because when you now achieve that level, you see people achieve a level of success. Let me give you the story quickly. You remember the man called David, when he was about to fight the man called Goliath. He told Goliath, he stood before the guy, he said, see, over today, I will drop your head on the ground. And when I drop your head on the ground, I will give your head to the fowl of the air. He gave the guy vivid picture of what he wanted to do. Now, he saw himself in the victory before the victory ever happened. So that when the victory now happened, when the thing now came out to reality, he stood. Other people were jumping and saying, hey, Davido. The man is not feeling excited again because he had seen the victory before it actually came. You must be, because he imagined, if you go and read the story, the way he gave it, he said, I will cut off your head and I will do it. The way he imagined it, that was how the thing played out. So have the emotion. Then the next thing is practice the vision daily. Practice it. What you want to do, always practice it. What you are looking at a great family, you are looking at great things, whatsoever that imagination is, begin to see, even if it's 5 minutes in a day, just look at it, picture yourself in it. You see yourself in that big house. You see yourself, oh, you are no longer, and you just laugh. You see yourself in that new kitchen. You see your children playing in the in the duplex, and then they are all running around, and you are saying, come, take it easy, don't fall on the staircase. And they call it fantasy, they call it fantasizing. But then you are playing with your imagination, remember, and you are putting some things to work. What you are experiencing now may cause you to doubt. What you are experiencing now may cause you to doubt. People will tell you it is not real. You better face the reality, these and things. But let me tell you, what is reality? Reality is your own imagination. Hold the picture in your mind. Where you are going is what you focus on. Don't allow other people's opinion to determine your own reality. Don't allow other people's opinion. They tell you you can't do it. Many of us, maybe because of our background, your parents tell you that you are not, you can't even do anything successfully. And because of that mentality, your wife tells you, you are just a useless man. You are good for nothing. Your husband tells you, you are just a woman in the house. I don't even know what your usefulness, and you allow those thoughts to overwhelm you. And because of that, even when you want to do something, you remember the word of that person. There's a power in you, the power of I am. Enact that power in you. The power in you, the I am power. He said, all things are possible to him that believes. If you can believe, never you restrain the power of I am that is in you. You have that great potential. You have the potential to win. You have the potential to succeed. You have the potential to overcome, but you must step out. Believe in yourself. It's not what other people say that matters. It's what you believe about yourself. Remember, whatsoever follows I am will follow you. Whatsoever follows I am, if you say I am not capable, you are not capable. But when you say I am capable, I am rich, I am excited, I have the potential. Whatsoever follows the I am is what will follow you. What is that you are putting in your imagination? Remember, I said, with all these things, you imagine it without taking action. Vision without action is equal to television. Vision without action is equal to television. If you continue to have the vision, you see the picture of who you can be. You see the vision of what you can be, but you refuse to take action. It will be television. The man who has no imagination has no wings. The man without imagination has no wings. Your imagination goes a long way in how you perceive things, which determines how far you will go in life. How far do you want to go in life, brother? How far do you want to go in life, sister? You have to play with your imagination. Play with your imagination. Don't let your mind play tricks on you. Play with your imagination. That is one thing that nobody can limit you with. Nobody, even God, knows that you're imagining. He said, because you have imagined it, he said, nothing shall be restrained from you. Man, woman, what have you imagined in your heart? If you imagine good things, you will achieve good things. If you imagine negative things, you will attract negative things. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, this has been brought to you by Olushola Popola. I always love to share this knowledge with you. We are all moving towards perfection, and every day I see these things happening in my own very life. I try to put them as one teaches it. As I teach it, I try to put it and see what are those, so that you are not just teaching and you are not experiencing it. And I tell you, I have experienced a lot of these things, and it works. The power of your imagination. I set out to do some things in this year. And when I set out to do those things, it was in my imagination. I don't know how it's going to be, but I said, let me just continue to do something about it. And every day, new idea, new things, instructions keep on coming on daily basis on how to go about it. Remember, it is not based on your education. It is not based on what you know. He said, lean not on your own understanding. Lean not on your understanding will fail you. Your understanding is what has brought you to this level. What is going to take you to the higher level is when you acknowledge him in all your ways, not some of your ways, in all your ways. Acknowledge him and he will lead your path. He will direct your path. Once again, it's been your friend and partner, Olushola Popola. I've been coming your way again next week, Sunday. But then I want to encourage you, please, if you're on Facebook, click on share. I see a lot of people are on the Zoom, but I don't know how much are on this Facebook. But then you can just on Facebook, if you're watching this at any time, share it and with every other person on your timeline. Let them listen to this, and it's going to help them. And if you are watching it on our YouTube channel, you can just click on the subscribe button on the YouTube channel so that anytime we drop the video, you can always see it. We have a lot of these that will be bringing your way. A little of these words builds your faith, and then it guarantees your success. Once again, your friend and partner, Olushola Popola. Thank you very much. Do have a fantastic week ahead. God bless.